Today on Community Cooking, we have guest chef Samuel Sellona in the kitchen making another incredible meal. From Pepitas crusted salmon with cilantro pesto Caesar sauce to lemongrass infused basmati rice and a bitter green salad. You won't want to miss it. We're cooking with some of the best chefs from right here in our own community. So grab a seat, relax. We've got another great show for you. This is your Community Cooking. Hello and welcome to Community Cooking. I am your host, Kirk Leins, and in our kitchen today is Chef Samuel Sellona. Hi, Chef.
Hello.
Now, this is not your first time here.
Oh, no.
You were here before, and you made an incredible meal for me.
Thank you very much.
And so I'm really looking forward to what you've got for me today. I know we've got some salmon, and we've got some rice and a salad, and it's going to be awesome. I can see just by looking at the menu. Yeah. Now, you are the executive chef at Torrance Memorial Medical Center. Talk to me about that a little bit.
Well, we staff, we call it food and nutritional staff. We have a staff of about 100, maybe 20, 30 people that we manage. And we have 2 cafeterias on campus. We call them cafes. Okay. We also have 2 Starbucks kiosk type establishments as well. And then we have a catering department of 5 people that manages the catering. We do banquets from up to 200 to 300 people at a time. We do sit-down service for that amount of people as well. And then we also do the fine dining for executive committees and such.
I mean, that's incredible. You're not just making meals on trays for patients. I mean, this is like a full-service operation.
Yes, it's
this is not unlike a hotel.
It's like a hotel, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's a hotel I want to check into, but that's a whole other story.
Yes.
But food-wise, I mean, that just sounds incredible. Incredible. Okay, so today, you're going to be doing a crusted salmon dish, and you're going to be doing it with pepitas, and that is, if you're not aware of pepitas, that's basically pumpkin seeds.
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you explain to us how that process works?
Well, this dish is a southwestern and a touch of Asian in
okay.
this,
that's a nice little mashup.
Yeah. So we're putting the crust together, which is going to go onto the salmon. Here we have 2 4-ounce salmons. And then
you said 4 ounce?
4-ounce salmon.
4 ounces, okay.
Yeah, each. And then we'll start off with some nicely shredded tortillas, corn tortillas.
Ah.
Yeah, just really shredded.
That's a good idea.
Panko. And then our toasted pepitas, which I hand chopped. I think it has a better texture. I don't like putting it in a blender. You want it kind of chunky.
Right, because you turn it into like pepitas flour at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
I got you. Okay.
And then we have our seasoning, our spices. Here we have Cumino.
Well, cumin, okay.
And then we have some chili powder. And then some oregano.
Nice.
And then we have our olive oil.
Just to sort of kind of help it bind.
As a binder, and also as a flavor. And then we have our clarified butter that we're going as well. Yeah. Just for the extra.
And
nice
why clarified? Is it because the milk solids would burn?
That would be it as well. And then we're adding extra liquid, and then the crust won't be as crispy.
Gotcha.
It'll get soggy. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tricks of the trade.
Yeah. So from here we can just hand toss.
Okay.
Yep.
Probably fairly lightly. You don't want to mush. You're not looking for something along the lines of like wet sand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of gritty.
Right.
Gritty sand. So that's what we're looking for, and the flavor is right in there, and that's what the finished product will look like.
And I think that the nice thing about crusting fish, and it's I think people get a little scared about cooking fish, and it's great. You're going to be doing this in the oven, which is always an easier way to go than anything on the stovetop. But this is a great way to sort of protect that fish, right?
Yes.
It gives it flavoring, it gives it texture, but it also sort of protects it from overcooking.
Protects it as well as the butter and oils as it heats up. It kind of tops the salmon and keeps it nice and moist. And flavorful.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
And it's got such a beautiful fat content. You don't want that to go away.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Earlier I had mixed some whole grain mustard and some lemon juice freshly
Okay.
squeezed lemon juice, and just do a quick stir to blend it. And this will go onto the salmon, just very lightly.
And that's just so that it creates a little more contact, right?
Contact.
Between the salmon and your breading.
Yes, as well as flavor.
And flavor too, yeah.
Just very lightly, and then at this stage you don't want to pack it in. You just want to just kind of trickle it on there, and just naturally just kind of spread it out.
You know, it always amazes me when people say like they don't have like the time to cook. I mean, this is not something that's all that time consuming.
No, just very simple, as you can see.
You know, and you're letting your oven do all your work. You know, so while that's in there, there's going to be other things that you can make. So it's just a great technique. So is that basically
That's ready to go.
Wow. Okay, I tell you, why don't I get that out of your way?
Okay.
Because I know you want to make a sauce. There's going to be a sauce that goes with it, and it may be the longest name of any sauce I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Cilantro pesto cilantro pesto Caesar sauce, or
Yes, cilantro pesto Caesar sauce. Yeah.
okay.
And it's a sauce that I invented by just adding cilantro to the basic Caesar dressing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great.
With a twist of Spanish in it, with the lime juice and the cilantro.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Where do we begin with that?
So let me pull my blender out. So we'll start off with. We'll start off with some liquid, which is our lime juice. 3 cloves of garlic. And we're also going to add our anchovy paste. And then our egg.
Okay. So we've got the makings of a classic Caesar here. We've got
Yes.
our garlic, we've got our anchovy paste, we've got our egg, and it's going to become an emulsion.
Okay.
Great.
So the twist to this dressing is that we're adding some cilantro, 6 ounces of cilantro. So I'm just going to add it in there, and it's going to be a process because it'll take a while for the cilantro to actually
Sort of
puree.
break
So
down.
we have to stop the process and push things down, and then
And it does take quite a bit of cilantro.
yeah. But the end product is going to be amazing. So. Okay, so now we got to that stage.
Now, excuse me for one second. Did you use a raw egg or did you coddle it?
I use a pasteurized liquid egg.
I got you.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about that? If you're at home just using a raw egg, are you good with that? Or
I
would
would
you...
be very cautious about that. I use pasteurized liquid egg just because of any type of foodborne type illnesses.
Right,
Yeah,
the
so you wanna-
salmonella or something like
exactly.
that. And if they didn't, if someone didn't have that at home, they could always coddle it, put an egg in boiling water for about 30 seconds, remove
Yeah.
it, and then your chances of anything are pretty much,
Exactly, yeah.
you're good to go.
Yeah, good to
Okay.
go.
All right, so we've got it at this point. Now you're going to create your emulsion, and that's what that
Emulsion,
egg
yeah.
is for.
Yeah. So now we want to make sure it's covered, so you don't want it to get all over you. And then we'll start off slow.
Just going to drizzle that in.
And drizzle it in. So it's starting to thicken up a little bit.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
And you add that oil slowly like that so that that emulsion builds. Otherwise,
Exactly.
it would just kind of maybe remain a little
It'll,
oily.
it'll go flat and then eventually break on you.
Break,
so
yeah.
emulsification is creating little bubbles and the oils surrounding the little bubbles
And they hold on to
and
it.
creating this texture right here.
The science behind cooking.
Yeah.
Equally as interesting as actually just either watching it or eating it, for that
Yeah.
matter.
So this is our sauce.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, now I know we have a finished salmon in the oven, so I'm going to go pop this one in, take out the other one, and then you're going to sauce that, correct?
Yes.
All right. All right, here we go. They look beautiful. Nice and golden brown up top. Here,
So I'm gonna
pan.
need a plate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grab you one of these.
I reach for a spatula.
Here you are.
Thank you. So I like to be a little bit fancy with the sauce. Usually just kind of trickle it on the plate. And just kind of just drag it. Just like that.
That's a nice little technique that people can do at home.
Yeah.
Drag that spoon right through that sauce and create that nice shape. Beautiful.
That would be it.
Great. Okay, well, we're not done. We've got some infused rice, and we've got a salad on the other side. But
Yes.
it's a good time to clean up, take a break. So don't go away. We will be right back.
After 15 years of smoking, Eva Marie quit. There's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking, now start screening. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to Community Cooking. If you're just joining us, I have Chef Samuel Sellona in our kitchen. He is from Torrance Memorial Medical Center. And in the first segment, we made a Pepitas crusted salmon. And we should mention that went into a
375 for about 15 minutes. You want to cook it to 145 degrees for at least 15 seconds.
You know the professional chefs because they're doing everything to temp, right?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And then it should also be nice and golden brown on top.
Nice and brown, and it's not overcooked, and it stays moist. There's a fine line between overcooking and undercooking fish, so
yeah,
145 is
salmon
perfect.
too,
Yes.
especially salmon.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, in this segment here, we are going to be working on our infused rice and our salad, but we're going to start with our rice. What are we doing here?
Well, I pre-made this rice because it takes a while to cook.
Sure.
It's a basmati rice, which has an almond flavor to it.
It's the best,
It's
right?
Yes, very nice. And what I did was I added some lemongrass to it to give it somewhat of a Asian catch to it. So with the almond and the lemony flavor with the fish, it adds a nice touch.
Okay.
So
And how did you deal with that? I mean, in terms of, lemongrass is one of those things where I think a lot of people it's a little daunting for people to work with. Can you show us how you prepared that and utilized that in the rice?
So in my opinion, the best flavor of the lemongrass would be towards the root end.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. So you would just, and it's really tough. So you make sure you have a nice sturdy knife.
It's very woody. So
Yeah.
I would imagine, are you going to use basically the tender insides on it?
What I do is just so that so it's easy to remove from the rice. I just cut it right in half.
Okay.
Yeah. Just right in half, just like this. You might want to squeeze it a little bit just to get the juices
Break
out.
up the oils.
Yeah.
Right.
And then in the raw stage, when before cooking, just place it right in the water, just like that, and cook your rice as normal.
And then you can pull out two big pieces as opposed
Exactly,
to
yeah.
fish anything
Yeah.
out.
So right now I'm gonna go fishing for the
Fishing for lemongrass.
lemongrass, which I have, and it kind of sinks to the bottom.
That would be
so-
a great name for an Asian seafood restaurant. I love that.
Yeah. So
That's great.
and it makes it easier. You don't want to chop it up because it'll be a pain to get all the little
I
pieces out.
got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. So now we have a nice fluffy basmati rice with essence of lemongrass.
I just find basmati rice so delicious. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, you really don't need to add anything to basmati, right?
No.
That's one of those rice when you have it steaming in a pot and you smell it through the entire house, and
Yes,
all
it
it
does.
is rice.
Yeah.
Just a beautiful, beautiful grain. Great. And so, when you do your rice, are you using a 2-to-1 water?
2-to-1 ratio, and also it's very starchy. And what I like to do is, just so that we have this nice fluffy texture, is I do several rinse until filling it with water. Just kind of run your fingers through, and it'll come out cloudy. And then you want to discard that and then fill it up with water. It takes like a 3 or 4 rinsing
Basically,
process.
so it's running clear.
Yes.
Gotcha. You're going to get all
Yeah.
that starch off. All right.
Exactly, yeah.
And then at that point, you put 2 parts water into the pot,
2 to
bring it
1,
to the
yes.
boil, put our lemongrass in, our rice, cover it, what, 20 minutes?
20 minutes, yeah, around there. Yeah.
Great. Perfect.
Yeah.
And we've got delicious lemony tasting rice. Awesome. So why don't I get that out of your way, and then you can talk to us about the salad that you have brought
Sure.
for us.
Okay, we have here bitter greens, and I think it's a nice accent to any dish because it acts as a cleanser to whatever center of the plate that you have. So we have arugula, which has a lemony flavor and bitterness as well,
A little peppery as well.
and peppery, yes,
Nice
lemony,
combo.
yeah. And then we have some radicchio,
Okay.
and then
also
we have
delicious.
Belgian endives, and then. Again, these are still in season, and I'm going to just throw them in there as well.
These are our pea tendrils.
Pea tendrils, yep.
I mean, what a healthy, that's a healthy bowl
It's
of
very
greens
nice.
right
Yeah,
there. I mean,
it's
how
so
can
healthy.
anyone complain?
Exactly. And most meals are already heavy, and just to have something other than cooked, you want something nice and light. Just
Yeah,
to
I
kinda
agree.
cleanse your
I
palate.
agree. I like something uncooked in my meal like that, along the lines of a salad.
Yeah.
And for our dressing here, I mean, you're really going very basic. It's and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a great way. I think there's so many people that are stuck on buying like store-bought bottled dressings, which
Yes.
really are at the end of the day pretty inferior for the most part. And I'm not going to disparage all of them, but it's pretty inferior. Here we've got 3 ingredients. We've got olive oil.
Yes. High-end olive oil, which is a virgin, just a squeeze of lemon juice, and then basic balsamic vinaigrette.
And that's it.
That's it. And we're gonna a food meal. Peppers. Oh, sorry. There you go. You have to squeeze that in there. And then some oil.
Great. I'm going to get your peppermint for you. It's back
Good,
here.
good.
I'll hit that for you.
Sure.
Say when.
When.
You got it.
Good. And then you just do a quick toss.
And here's the other thing. Chef is tossing the salad with his hands, and it really is the best tool, right? And especially for greens like this arugula that's on the delicate side.
Yeah.
You don't want to necessarily be smashing it
Oh, no.
with a tongs. Do it with your hands, and there you go, salad. I mean, for less money than you would pay for a bottle dressing and far better tasting.
Much better.
Okay, so we're good to go, aren't
Yes.
we? All right.
Yes, we are.
I'll tell you what, we're cleaned up. We're gonna go take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna eat some food. Right? Awesome. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? Well, now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes, and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But here's the thing. Can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Can one piece of paper really tell you my whole story? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or how anytime there was an opportunity, I was the first one to step up. Because I wasn't gonna let my life, my circumstances dictate who I was gonna become. And all of that determination, the commitment, the drive, that's me. And that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume. Discover new ways to develop great talent, like me.
Welcome back to Community Cooking. I am here with Chef Samuel Sellona, and this is my favorite part of the show because I get to taste this food. And Chef, I mean, this is a beautiful plate.
Thank you very much.
A really, really beautiful plate. If you're just joining us, we have this lovely fillet of salmon here that has been crusted with. We've got pumpkin seeds. We have strips of tortilla, which I love that idea. You know, because there's also breadcrumb.
Panko breadcrumbs.
But I think it's a little bit of diversity within the texture now, the crunchiness. You know, it's two different crunches. You know, and I can't wait to get into that. This here is your, okay, it's not easy to say, cilantro pesto Caesar sauce.
Yes.
Right, which I will also be tasting. Our lemongrass infused rice and this delicious salad of bitter greens and our broken vinaigrette. And, you know, I don't know what else to say, but it's time for me to eat. Really, really blown away. I mean, you've done such a nice job both times that you've come in to visit us that I really look forward to you coming back. Let's see here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This touch of garlicness in the sauce, it stands out.
Well, that's the Caesar. I was going to say, you know what? I really am getting a Caesar quality. It's the egg yolk. You can taste the creaminess of it, as well as the garlic, and then also just the slightest hint of the anchovy paste. That is great.
Yeah, and this essence of the lime juice and the cilantro as well.
That is really, really good. And this crust works so perfect with this salmon. You know.
And you can sense the fusion, the Spanish and the Asian.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Let me sample your rice here. Actually, clear my palate for a second because I really want to get the lemongrass here.
Actually, you won't taste the lemongrass. You'll just have the aroma of the lemongrass.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, you got it, yes.
There's absolutely a citrus quality. Light.
Very light, yeah. Subtle.
Very light.
Subtle, yeah.
Just when I thought basmati rice couldn't get much better. That's really good. And then we finish this off off, or we round it off with these bitter greens.
Bitter greens is nice between each bite, just to cleanse your palate.
Olive oil, lemon juice, balsamic vinegar, a little salt and pepper, just tossed, and it's better than anything you're going to buy.
Yeah.
That is super delicious and super healthy.
Yes, it is.
I mean, take note here. You know, I mean, we've got salmon, we've got rice, we've got veggies, and, you know, really not that hard to prepare. I mean, your oven was your sous chef. You showed us a great technique for the rice, and then put together a real simple salad. Definitely weeknight. I mean, easy enough for weeknight, fancy enough for date night.
Yes, it is.
Chef, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Promise me you'll come back. We'll do this again?
I will.
Great,
I will.
great. And you all have to probably make that same promise. This just goes to show you that we really are cooking with some of the best chefs from right here in our own community. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. It's great.
If you'd like a copy of the recipes seen on this show, send us a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Office of Cable and Community Relations. That's 3350 Civic Center Drive, Suite 200, in Torrance, California, 90503. Be sure to note the show number displayed on the screen. And don't forget, you can find all the fresh ingredients used on today's show at the Farmers Market. Visit the one here in Torrance at Wilson Park. That's located at 2200 Crenshaw Boulevard. They're open every Tuesday and Saturday from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m., rain or shine. And if you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us at communitycooking@torranceca.gov and check us out online at youtube.com/TorranceCityCable and like us on Facebook at Community Cooking TV.